Okay, Teen, where are we today?
We are in Halifax, Nova Scotia.
And we've just got off our ship, the
We
Beam
have.
Dam, which is conveniently behind us.
It is. We've got a great docking spot right downtown, haven't we?
We have, and it's a beautiful day. We're docked right outside the farmers market, which is very convenient.
Yeah, because when we've been for a walk, everything will be open when we come back, won't it?
It will. So here we are, about to set off and explore Halifax.
Halifax.
Okay, Teen, so here's another iconic statue that we found in Halifax. Who's this fine gentleman behind us?
This is Mr. Cunard.
He is, and what was Mr. Cunard's claim to fame?
Maybe you can fill us in on that, Dom.
He started the Cunard shipping line,
Okay,
which
that-
has now morphed into Cunard Cruise Lines,
Wow.
and was one of the first in the world to do that. And now it's part of the Carnival Cruise Line Corporation. But it all started here in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Well, I'm not sure if this is going to work, but we found two Adirondack or Muskoka chairs.
Yeah, right down by the water, aren't we?
Hope we don't fall in the water.
We're actually sat here on the boardwalk, just walking along down by the ocean. It's really nice.
It is, right in Halifax city centre. The boardwalk's 2 kilometres long or 2 miles long, I forget. But it's one of the longest boardwalks in the world. And it's just a nice place to walk along. If you're on a cruise ship, go walk the whole length. It goes right through the city.
Which is great, and they also have these chairs spotted all over the place so you can have a rest while you're doing it.
We're seeing this everywhere in Nova Scotia, that they've got these colourful,
Yeah, beautiful,
chairs.
bright chairs.
we call them Muskoka chairs, but the US cousins call them Adirondack chairs. So we're just having a great time, beautiful day, getting the suntan,
Yeah.
late summer sun here in Halifax.
And it's only like 10 o'clock in the morning.
I know, it's superb.
Great, it's beautiful.
So we'll carry on and explore.
We will.
So this is a typical spot on the boardwalk. You can see the restaurants behind us. There's a little marina here as well.
Well, it's very pretty,
It's
isn't
just
it?
a beautiful spot. So if you do want to have some dinner, there's some great restaurants down on the boardwalk, and this is just yards from the cruise ship.
Yeah, and some of them, I guess they might be doing morning coffee at the moment, but
Yeah.
probably in about an hour's time they'll be on beer and wine, Norm.
So,
with-
so this is just a nice little area, very scenic, and it's just a few hundred yards from where your cruise ship. So this is one of the highly rated restaurants in Halifax, the Bicycle Thief.
I know.
And at lunchtime and dinner time, it's absolutely hopping. So perhaps put this on your list to check out if you're going to be in Halifax. So here's a nice little food court we've been to in the past, Tin.
Yes, we have.
It's a little bit closed at the moment, but lunchtime it's going to be hopping.
Yeah, it will be. They do all sorts of things, don't they?
Get everything from fish and chips to lobster rolls.
Yeah, poutine.
Yeah. And poutine with lobster on.
I had that last
You
time.
did.
It was like mega expensive.
It
because
was.
They added the lobster, but it tasted delicious. So we might check this out a bit later.
So this is on the boardwalk. You're going to pass it if you're walking into town,
Yeah.
and it's just a great little spot. All kind of little huts here, and you can get all sorts of different stuff. There's even vegan food here.
There is
So
the
give it a try.
famous cow's ice cream,
Yeah.
which is over there too.
So we're continuing down the boardwalk. Well, we found an iconic Canadian food, and it's not poutine,
No, it is beaver tails.
and they don't go around hacking tails off beavers in the wild. This is a pastry. Do you know where it was invented, Teen?
It was invented in Ottawa.
That was our adopted hometown in Canada,
Yeah,
wasn't it? When we
it
first came
was.
to Canada. We were there 25 years.
And we actually had beaver tails when we were ice skating on the canal.
Well, that's the great delicacy there. They have the longest skating rink in the world, the Rideau Canal, in winter time, and they put these sheds on the frozen canal. So when you're absolutely frozen to the bone, you can stop and get a beaver tail.
And they are deliciously wonderful.
And they've become so popular, they are now at Disneyland as well.
Yeah.
So here we are on the boardwalk in Halifax.
And we've got beaver tails.
Still on the boardwalk, and we've made it to the Visitor Information Centre, which is outside the Maritime Museum. So if you're lost and you need to
you
find
need help,
anything,
you can pop in there and get maps and things.
you can. So it's a great resource to have, and we will continue down exploring the board. Lots of warships that you can go on. That's part of the Maritime Museum. There's a warship behind us.
Yeah, that you can go on and see what it was like.
So lots to do around here in Halifax. We're just having a marvellous time.
We are.
And you found the necklace selling guy?
We did. So last time we were here, we bought a beautiful necklace for me, and our granddaughter fell in love with it, and she said next time we were here, could she have one? So she's really lucky because he was here.
And they're very unique. They're like a disc, and inside the disc it's glass. He puts sand from the different beaches around Nova Scotia, sea glass that he finds
from the different regions,
and they're just really, really nice, and gives you a little cameo of what the natural resources are on the beaches in Nova Scotia.
And he specially shortened the necklace so that it would fit her perfectly.
So really nice guy.
Yeah.
So there's a temporary boardwalk team because they're doing renovations to the existing buildings on one part of the boardwalk. So
here we are.
We have to take this sea bridge, which is a temporary continuation of the boardwalk. And
feels like we're kind of walking on a floating dock here.
I think we are.
Yeah.
It's kind of
hang on tight, Norm.
Lopsided.
Like going down to the right.
So at the moment they have a temporary boardwalk just for a small section, while we get from one side of the construction site to the next. So here's Murphy's Restaurant at the end of the sea bridge, which is the temporary boardwalk, and it's another one of those nice seafood restaurants. We have found the Citadel.
We took a detour from the boardwalk and we've gone uphill.
So if you find the Tim Hortons on the boardwalk,
it's great because I got coffee.
Just head north and you'll come to the Citadel, and that is what you see behind us, the clock tower, and then the Citadel above that, which is a great place to visit. It's a National Historic Site of Canada.
And I think last time we were here, it was all covered with scaffolding, so it looks
the clock
really
tower
nice.
Was, yes, so it's just freshly renovated. They knew we were coming back.
And they knew we were important YouTubers, Norm.
They did,
so they got rid of all the scaffolding.
So here we are in one of the iconic scenes of Halifax with the Citadel behind us.
And it's beautiful.
So behind us in this beautiful little park in Halifax, Nova Scotia, is the oldest building in Halifax, which is
St. Paul's Church,
dating from 1760, and it has a unique history. It has still got a piece of shrapnel from the Great Halifax explosion that came all the way up from the bay, which is a mile or two away.
That's quite a way.
And it's still embedded in the walls in the church. So it's really quite something to see.
And we just went in to have a look, didn't we? And the church is beautiful inside.
Absolutely gorgeous. So if you are in Halifax, come and check this one out. It's just absolutely gorgeous architecture. Okay, so we've just come out of St. Paul's Church, the oldest church, oldest building in Halifax, and behind us there's an absolutely fantastic mural.
Beautiful colours, isn't it? So vibrant.
We've been enjoying the murals around
all the different
Nova Scotia on our travels, and it looks to be just a beautiful little area. There's some individual shops and restaurants here.
There is. I think actually we're on Barrington Street, Norm, and we're in a part of the historic district. It definitely is really nice to visit, isn't it?
It is. So I think the next thing we're going to try and find is the historic Alexander Keith's Brewery, where they make some really nice red ale.
Maybe we need to go check that out, Norm.
So this is the Alexander Keith's Brewery in Halifax. It's a popular beer in Canada. It has a red ale. And they're doing brewery tours, but unfortunately Tina and I are so poor we couldn't afford the $27 each. So this is what the Alexander Keith's Nova Scotia Brewery looks like, and you can come here and have a tour. We found the Alexander Keith's Brewery. It's kind of not the whole brewery, it's just sort of...
part of it?
Yeah, it's like a gift shop. They have a bit of a microbrewery here, but Alexander Keith's has become very famous in Canada. It was one of the original breweries of Canada. Closed down for a lot of years, but a major tourist attraction.
And here it is.
So it's either do we drink this beer, which is available everywhere in Canada, or do we go back to the cruise ship and see a true microbrewery and have that flight of beer decisions.
Yeah, that's really neat, isn't it? No.
And Tina won't give any influence because she doesn't drink beer.
But I did when we had the flight of beer. I had some.
Yeah,
I actually enjoyed it.
All right. Well, let's go get a flight of beer.
Okay.
Our day in Halifax is drawing to an end, and we have been enjoying walking around.
We have had a beautiful time, haven't we? We've been all down the boardwalk up to the Citadel.
We've got a Tim Hortons coffee.
Yeah, we saw the oldest church.
Yeah, St. Paul's, which is just a beautiful structure.
And then we visited the Alexander Keith's Brewery.
Yeah, so we haven't left a lot unturned. We didn't actually make it right up into the Citadel because we had already done that the last time we were here.
So we thought we would visit some new places, didn't we, like the church?
We did, and just walk around the historic area of Halifax, and we've really had a great time, and the weather has just been ideal. So what you're seeing behind us is just part of the Halifax town, and our cruise ship is moored down at the Pier.
Yeah, it's a really good spot, isn't it?
It is. It's near Pier 21, so we'll take you down there and show you the entrance to Canada for immigration back in the early part of the 1900s. So team, we've made it back to the cruise port in Halifax, and it's the location of the Halifax Farmers Market.
It is.
The oldest farm market in North America.
Wow.
Certainly Canada.
And apparently it was established in 1750.
Now it's had multiple places. They didn't build buildings like this in 1750, did they?
No.
But
Probably had
it's moved around Halifax quite a bit, but this is its new home by the cruise port, and it's just a very nice situation. So we're going to go in and explore that as well. This is our favourite microbrewery in Halifax. It's just at the cruise terminal, so it's very convenient.
No kidding.
And what did we get last time?
We got a flight of beer.
And we got to choose all the different beers that they have.
I think it was 5 or 6.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Couldn't remember after drinking them.
But they were really cool.
They are. So we're going to go across the street and get a flight of beer if they still do it. It was a year ago we were here last, so more later. So we've got a flight of beer here from Garrison Brewery in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and we were here a year ago and had a flight of beer. So what they do is they have what they're making seasonally, so it does vary from time to time. So here we've got a light lager, a nut brown, a red, a tall something, and we've got a cider here as well, which I don't normally drink cider, but I thought we'll give it a go. So this is one of our treats when we come to Halifax, have a flight of beer. It costs $10 Canadian. And we will give it a taste test. So this is the lightest one of the three. And that is very good. Very good indeed. I don't like beer that's too hoppy. And a lot of microbreweries, not really partial to some of them. But anyway, this is great, and we're going to carry on.
I like this one. This is called, what, the tall one?
Yeah, tall shrimps, I think.
Ooh, that's nice. And then this one, I think, is really pretty. And this is cider, and this is really good.
Do you like the glass on the cider one?
It's so pretty. But it kind of looks like a wine glass. Actually, it tastes really nice. It's years since I've had cider.
So the moral of the story is if you're going to go have beer tasting, don't take Tina with you because she's glugging them all.
Oh, come on, Norm. Like, what? I'm sampling them.
This is from somebody who doesn't like beer. Yeah, right.
It's, you know what, it's a lovely experience, isn't it?
So this is inside Garrison, the microbrewery near Pier 21 in Halifax, Nova Scotia. We just had the flight of beer and it's very delicious. And this is where they brew their beers. This is where we ordered the flight of beers from in Garrison Brewery in Halifax. Just an excellent place. If you're on a cruise ship, your ship's going to pull up right outside this microbrewery. So come on inside and enjoy some of the really good beer. Well, team, we have made it down to Pier
21.
And this is near our cruise ship.
Yeah, so this is probably going to be our last port, our last stop.
In Halifax.
Yeah, because we just had our flight of beer, which was great.
Can barely stand up now.
So, but we wanted to show you Pier 21 because there's a lot of history to this place.
So, Pier 21 was affectionately known as the front door of Canada for immigration from the early 1900s to the mid 1970s. And this is where immigrants arrived by sea and were processed in the building behind us. And then it was totally integrated with a rail system. So they were put on rail cars just outside of this building, and then they went across Canada to wherever the chosen province was. So they could technically have come 3,000 miles over the ocean, then get onto a train and go 3,000 miles across the country to Vancouver.
Some went to Vancouver, some went to Montreal, Toronto, they went all over, didn't they?
So this is our Ellis Island, if you like, and it's a fantastic museum, and they've done a lot of interpretive things. So if you get a chance, go inside. They have recordings from immigrants with their first impressions of Canada, also the tales of how they got here. It's extremely well done.
It is. Now we've already done that before, so we're not going in there today.
And we're too cheap to pay the entrance price again. No, we're not.
No, we're trying to do different things
we are
on different trips.
That's it.
So thanks to everybody for joining us on our day in Halifax.
It's been fantastic.
We've had a great time.
Could never have wished for better weather, eh, Tim?
No, especially after yesterday. This is just awesome.
So thanks for being with us on our tour in Halifax, and we will catch up with you again, hopefully, in Bar Harbour,
which is our next port.
But we hear there is rain on the way.
And we're hoping to either miss it, or we're hoping that it doesn't rain too much so we can't go in there, because that will be sad.
Because the hurricane is on its way.
It's moving upwards from Florida. So
anyway, goodbye from Team and me in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. Well, team, we made it back to the ship in time.
We did.
Just as well, because it's leaving.
I know. So this is farewell to Halifax. We've had an awesome day.
One of the best days in Halifax we've had. It's sunny, blue skies,
gorgeous.
Just like Portugal.
Yeah.
So, great day in Halifax. We're on the ship. We're having to steam like heck to Boston with a brief stop in
Bar Harbour. But the captain has just said we have to leave Bar Harbour quickly
because Hurricane Dorian
is heading up real fast.
And we do not want to get blown off the ship.
No. So we're going to have a speedy ride from Bar Harbour to Boston.
Yeah, he's
to
going
get
full
there,
steam.
and he wants to get there 5 hours before normal time so that we can get in the safety of the harbour before Hurricane before Dorian comes up. So we're going to give
here
you
we
the
are.
last few minutes of
This is us leaving Halifax on a beautiful day, blue sky.
just awesome.
See you later.